Now, these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. And we are talking about hope. Hope is always in the future. Hope is a desire to accomplish something or to make something happen or to obtain something, to get something, okay? But that thing that you are working towards is always in the future, all right? Things that we already have are temporary. Things that we don't have are eternal. And so we are working towards eternity. But now there is a need to see the things that we already have from what I would call an eternal point of view. What does that mean?
Point of view.
A point of view is perspective or understanding.
Looking in somebody's like
How you see it.
way,
How
see
you see it.
Yeah.
Or for example, you have your parents, all right? You have your roots. You have your parents. For example, you have things that have been given to you right now. You have things in your possession right now, which we say they are temporary. But now you are children of God and you have hope. And so how do you see these things from an eternal perspective? Or from an eternal point of view? Whenever we talk of eternal point of view, whose view are we looking at? Whose view? Your view or God's view?
God's view.
God's view. Because when you are able to see things the way God sees them, then it will change the way you handle the things that have been given to you. For example, your life. So how do you see your life? How do you see your life? Because we know life is temporary. All right? So, if life is temporary and you want to see your life from God's point of view, the way God sees it, then how do you see your life? How do you think God sees your life? Well, yes, eternally, but that is now from God's point of view, how God sees things. And Rehema said one of the things that we have is our lives. We are temporary here on earth. Okay? We are temporary here on earth. Now, when we look at lives from our own point of view, everything is very temporary. But when we look at life from God's point of view, then it changes the way you see your life. And when it changes the way you see your life, then it causes you to live very carefully and to pursue godliness. So you can look at your life from your point of view, or you can look at your life from God's point of view. Point of view. And God's.
Are we doing like a chart?
Yeah. I
Are we
know.
doing
Just
like
put a line in the
chart,
middle.
like the difference between tower and tower?
If you want to look at it that way, that's fine. Give me one. Tell me about your life. Each one of you, tell me about your life.
Picture. My life. Like, what do you mean by that?
Your life. What is your purpose of being here? What's
No, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah? To?
To be a child,
To know by God.
to be a Christian,
To know about God. Okay. Live an abundant life. Okay. To accomplish your mission.
To succeed your goals.
Alright, let's write them down. To know what else did you say?
To succeed.
Your mission. To succeed. Who else?
Oh.
Said to live an abundant life.
To live an abundant.
Life. To live a holy life. To spread the gospel.
Somebody else say to spread the gospel.
Ryan wants to say something.
Yes, Ryan.
To abide in God. To abide in God.
Alright. Those are good answers. Those are good answers. Now, what do you think is God's point of view about your life?
To lead us. To help us. To do.
To learn.
To learn.
Yes.
Somebody say to live.
Oh, God's point of view.
Okay, let me make it this simple. We'll use these answers, okay? Now, your point of view is to know about God.
Yes.
What's God's point of view?
To help us.
No, concerning this.
Oh.
About this. Eh? Say it. Don't doubt yourself. Say it.
Wait.
To know?
To know God better.
To know Him. You see, you're right. You're just doubting yourself.
I like the ball.
Psalms 41. Yes, I believe that's it.
To know Him. What's the difference between to know about Him and to know Him?
To
You
know
just
him
hear
is
stuff
like
about him and then you
to
actually
know about
him
him
as
is like
personal
his
savior.
information. What is he like? Where is he from? To know him is like what is he gonna teach you? What are you gonna learn from him?
Okay. That's a pretty good answer. Yes, Ryan.
To know him is like to know about him. It's like you know like his name, but he does not know you, or like you don't know like they don't tell you. Like you don't know almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
But to know someone, you know what they're like. They'll also know you, and y'all would
Gloria.
All right. Those are good answers. As Nathan said, this is all about information.
Okay, my first part's correct. What about the second part? That's the most important part.
Relax. This is all about information. Okay? And you can have a lot of information. For example, you can know about me, but knowing about me does not mean you know me. You get it? To know about me does not mean you know
You know
me. You do not know me. You only know about me. And that's something now we need to change, because an eternal perspective is to know Him. Which book is it? First John or John?
John 17.
John 17, yeah, John 17.
But Jesus answered them. Chapter 7.
anyone has
John 17:3. Okay?
regular John.
Yeah, regular John. Although I know also First John is something similar.
Wait. John that
They know you.
they know you.
The truth.
The only true God
No,
and
being
Jesus
for real.
Christ.
I can't find it.
Do I continue?
Who
Finish,
you
yeah.
have sent?
Find John.
Wait, is it
Whom
5:17?
you have sent, I have.
Hey, John, what? John?
Shiko is reading. Read loudly.
And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent.
Yeah, that's enough. This is eternal life, that they may know
You.
who.
God. Jesus.
They may know.
The true God.
Does it say they may know about?
No,
No, they say they know you.
That
The only
that
true
they may know the true and Jesus Christ.
The only true God and Jesus Christ.
And what is this knowing?
Whom you have sent.
Eternal. Wait.
This is no.
Knowing
It's
everything.
10.
True. True God.
Remember, I say
Wait.
you can know about me, which is just a bunch of information,
But you have
or
to
you
know
can know me. So, what is this second knowing?
Well,
parts.
what verse?
John 17:3.
What he likes.
That's about.
For you to like
Give me one word. I just want one word.
Jesus to believe.
No.
Begins with F.
Righteousness.
Relation.
Relationship.
Okay.
What about this one that begins with F?
Faithfulness.
Father.
Fearless. Future.
Can you give us-
17:3.
Can you give us our last
Wait.
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Is there another word? Is there another word? Is there another word?
So, Ryan gave this answer to abide in God.
Okay.
Okay? This actually should be here. But now, you're abiding in God, for it to be here is not in your terms.
So it's supposed to. So.
Because many people want to abide in God, but in their own terms. So they only pray when they're in trouble, that God will deliver them. They only pray for God to make them successful, but there are things they are not willing to let God in. Okay? And many times, especially we as Christians, we want to abide in God, but in our own terms. And that's why sometimes we struggle with forgiveness. That's why sometimes we struggle with kindness. That's why sometimes we struggle with faithfulness. That's why sometimes we struggle with love. But we all profess to be Christians. And so this can be here, but it's not in our terms, it's in God's point of view, God's terms. So we have done those two.